we're ectotherms here at Sedgwick County Zoo, and we're getting ready to do a little yabby switch. John, can you tell us what a yabby is?
So it's an Australian name for a crayfish. So like the crayfish we have here, people call them crawdads. Similar animals are all related. They're crustaceans, related to lobsters, crabs. But these are an Australian crayfish. In fact, they're the largest crayfish out there. They get bigger than this. They'll get up to, males will get almost 10 inches just body length, not counting the claws. So very impressive animals. They have very beautiful animals, some blue on them. They'll have red, the males will, on the pincers of the claws. So impressive animals.
And this yabby has lived with us in the education department, being an animal ambassador for some time now, probably about a year. And he has outgrown the exhibit that we have for him. So we're bringing him back to the stream so he can continue to grow and be comfortable. And we're taking a smaller yabby back with us to continue to have a yabby in our animal ambassador program. So right now I'm going to let John release the yabby.
So you have to be careful picking these guys up. Obviously they do have some claws. So what I like to do is these guys tend to have a little more maneuverability in those claws because they are so large. So I grab a little bit more forward, controlling the limbs so that they stay forward and away from me. So then we'll just gently slide them down in here, and you'll probably be able to just see them kind of backtrack away from me, and just use that tail to whip back into the water and swim to safety. See, already just out exploring. Very comfortable. I'm going to look for a little place to kind of hide out, little cover for him.
Yeah, he's probably not hungry. He's had breakfast at the education building already today.
Well, there's plenty to eat in here if he is.
So I think a lot of people would like to know, John, does it hurt to be pinched by a yabby?
So the smaller ones, it's just a pinch. The bigger ones, like I said, we have animals in here that just the body length is almost 10 inches long. Some big males. The males get larger than the females. And claw length on some of those guys is about that long. It looks like a small lobster. And I have never been pinched by them. But I would imagine it would probably hurt a fair amount. But you know, the quickest way, when we catch them, they tend to grab a hold of nets. And we found the quickest way to get them to release is to actually get them back down into the water, and they want to flee at that point. So if you ever do get pinched, just get into the water and they're gone.
How many yabby do you think are in here?
You know, we really have no idea at this point. We started with a small group. I'm going to get the number wrong if I try to remember. Probably no more than 16 we started with, maybe a little more than that. They have made this their home. They are breeding like crazy in here. In fact, I would recommend to anybody coming out to the zoo to spend some time in the tropics just looking underwater at the yabby. The males, the big males vying for territory, pushing each other out of the little prized holes and areas where they set up their little territories. It is really fun to watch the social, the hierarchy with these guys. They're fun to watch.
So we have a very specialized diet that we give them at the Learning Center to make sure that they are getting a wide variety of food, but what do they eat in here?
Well, they eat, so like in the wild, they're opportunistic omnivores, which means that they will eat animal and plants. So in the wild, they tend to be eating small or invertebrate prey, plant matter, but they will also take larger animals. If there are small fish that they can grab a hold of, they'll grab a hold of them. We have off-exhibit areas where we have some large carnivorous fish that we feed shiners to. And we have yabbies in the tank just as a cleanup crew. And I have watched yabbies grab shiners and just start eating. They can be very quick. But here we tend to feed a lot of worms, flake food, vegetables, different fruits and veggies, and they'll take all of it. They'll grab a hold of all of it and start eating. So they get a very varied diet. But again, in the wild, they also have a varied diet.
Yes. So I've heard radio calls sometimes in the morning where the keepers call and say that one of your yabbies is out walking on the path. How are they able to do that?
Well, they are able to leave the water. They will come out of the water, sometimes seeking new streams, new areas, or just exploring, and we simply pick them back up and put them back in the lake. They cannot live outside of the water for long extended periods of time. They do need to be in or around water, and so we do find them, we do move them back in. But for the most part, the vast majority of them stay in the lake and don't go out exploring. But it does happen occasionally.
What do you think, John? Can you move this guy to my bin for me? Because
of course.
I think that you've got all the skills when it comes to this. And I'm going to watch you do it again so I can get better at it.
Yeah, turn the bucket trying to get a good position, and he just keeps going. So I just try to come in behind the animal, pin him down a little bit, and then again hold those forward. It looks like he's going to try to come up and under, but he can't reach my fingers, and he can't reach back up and over since I have control. And then I simply just place him down into the water, and he's ready to defend himself. But no problem, no hassle. But you can see that this is a male. Sorry,
that's okay.
The red showing up on the sides of those pincers, those claws. So he's a small male, but you can see he's definitely a male. Males only have that, the females do not.
Well guys, this summer when you're out exploring, remember that you can find crawdads that are yabby cousins in Kansas. They won't be yabbies because they're from Australia, but don't forget to go outside and have some fun. And remember, even though we're closed, we're caring.